Boom. Quarantine 2020, episode 12, maybe 13. I can't remember. My tags will have it all right. I had to use that intro music again. Olivia did such a great job on it. And it was very serious. So I didn't want to turn the lights down and scare everybody, but I have gotten my green screen working a lot better. I'm still glowing a little bit around the edges, but I added a little bit of light. So now things seem to be working a little bit better. In honor of April Fool's Day, which was yesterday, but this wouldn't be Kevin Barron's podcast if it wasn't disorganized and ideas just came a little bit too late. So in honor of yesterday's April Fool's Day, I'm going to do a podcast on the top 10 celebrity pranks of all time. These are irrefutable. I have scoured the internet and talked to every human being I know, and it is irrefutable that these are the correct ones. So I dare you to try to change my mind. I dare you to try and find one that's funnier than these 10. I have some honorable mentions in there too, so I think it comes up to about 13. But I dare you to try and find something that's better. So, without further ado, we're going to start. The very first one is number 10. Bill Hader pranks a high school. And until I started doing this extensive research, I didn't actually know about this one. But it turns out a high school student had cancer, and she put in I think she recovered from cancer, but she had put in a Make-A-Wish Foundation for Bill Hader to prank her school. So Bill Hader shows up, he dresses up like a fireman and acts like it's fire safety week, and he just starts telling these high school students really stupid stuff. So I have a quick video here for you, and then I'll come back and we'll talk more about that video. It's a transformative conversation about this video specifically.
I had problems growing up. I had problems with my family. They kicked me out. Drugs? No. Alcohol? No. My personality. It was annoying. Whatever. But look, I got into firefighters. When I started, I weighed 375 pounds. A couple years later, I weighed 420 pounds. What do we do when we're on fire?
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, there's another thing we can do. We stand up. And we go like this.
Okay, very funny. I think it's very funny. I don't want to show the whole thing, but that's a quick, 10-15 seconds of it. He goes on and on. They have a big reveal where he comes out like his character on Saturday Night Live, and I forget the character on Saturday Night Live, but the one that does this, and I think it's because he's laughing, but he comes out as that character, and it's quite funny. It's very nice of him, and it's really a great thing to do. So that one is my number 10. My number 9 is when Rihanna, the singer, I think she's a singer. I think she's in that band. What's it called? Ed Sheeran and Friends. I think that's the band. Anyway, she sings, and she sings one of her songs. Ed Sheeran's not there though, but she sings one of her songs. But Jimmy Kimmel he's asleep, and she actually wakes him up with her song. And his reaction's the best part because it wasn't staged. He was asleep. He starts swearing at her. He's not angry, but he's completely messed up the way you are when you wake up and somebody is doing something stupid. So it's quite funny. So let's take a quick look at that one. I think it's hilarious. You can tell by his reaction that it's definitely real, and his reaction. And they go way more into it if you want to go check that video. But they go way further into it, and it's I think it'd be hilarious to get all those people in there without him waking up and have the music playing. Absolutely hilarious. That was number 9. Number 10, Arnold Schwarzenegger goes through the whole makeup routine for his Terminator role. And they do him all up with the metal showing through his skin, and he kind of just walks around, walks the streets and talks to people. He's also in a wax museum at one point. I don't have any clips from the wax museum. I just got a short, like 10, 15-second clip of him walking on the street as the Terminator. But it's a hilarious prank if you want to look it up and take a look at how how many people he scares at the wax museum. Is very funny because they come up to actually like put their arm around the wax figurine thinking it's not real, and then he just starts talking like the Terminator. So it's really funny. So we'll take a quick look at that right now.
Of his stick. Get out.
That guy wasn't
Just
happy.
joking. Who is this? Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is my line. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back.
So yeah, I love that one. I love Arnold. I love him as an actor, which is weird because when he first started, he couldn't act at all. But I think that's a pretty creative prank. He does that actually to raise money for after-school sports. So he did it for a good cause, but I'm assuming that's a ton of makeup time and stuff that he has to go through in order to get everything set up. But go back and watch that whole clip. The clips of them in the wax museum are very, very funny. So the next one, we are on number 7. And number 7 is a clip from, it's an outtake from We're the Millers with Jennifer Aniston, and I forget the guy's name, but they're in a RV and they're traveling, pretending to be a family, and they're traveling across the country, and they decide to play some music. So here's this clip, quite funny.
A little victory music, shall we?
Please.
Oh.
I love this song.
Woo! That's love lies the away. I'll be there for you.
I think that's fantastic. I love it when they bring things that actors have done in the past in. I think it's hilarious. It's similar to in the movie Maverick when Danny Glover is the bandit and Mel Gibson pulls his mask down and he says, "I'm too old for this." So I think that's hilarious. Bringing the Friends theme, very funny. So that one, I think that was number 7. We'll see if I'm counting properly. Yeah, okay, so we're moving on to number 6. Number 6 is my boy Paul Rudd, probably my top 5 favorite movies. One of them, Scott Paul Rudd, is I Love You, Man. It's a fantastic movie. You should check it out. But the prank in this one it's a long-running prank. People have probably heard about this one. He has, it's been for like 10 years. There was this movie called Mac and Me, I think. It was a ripoff of E.T. And every time he comes to the Conan O'Brien show, he brings this clip from the Mac and Me where the kid's in a wheelchair and he's rolling down the hill and he ends up falling into like a big pool of water, and then you can see the alien comes up at the end, and he buys into this wholeheartedly every time. He pretends that it is actually a clip from the movie he's there promoting, and he's been doing it forever, since way back when, the first few movies that Paul Rudd did. He's brought this clip, and he does it so many times, and there's a whole compilation you can watch. I just grabbed one here, and I'll fast forward through once we get past him introing it, because you'll see how he intros it. But I want you to see how he won't break character at the end after. So let's take a look at that now.
It's a clip of me kind of coming to and trying to get back to figure out what's going on.
It's quite a scene. Let's take a look at this clip. from living with yourself?
See, all the fans know he's been a running joke for so long. So I'm just going to go through to the end here.
So how many people in the audience were like, "Here we go"? Well, you guys, I was surprised. You guys, clearly, many people have seen the trailer.
Is he won't ever admit that he's not watching that clip. It's very funny. You can watch a whole compilation of all the times that he's done it. Absolutely hilarious. Okay, unfortunately, I'm not going to get through all top 10. I don't want to make you have to sit here for 20 minutes to watch my video. I'm going to stop at the end of that one, and we will pick it up tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.